So on this topic of Moments with Murph, we're going to talk about what a vacation is and why is it needed. So let's get into the definition of what a vacation is. So a vacation is defined as an extended period of leisure and recreational, especially one spent away from home or in traveling. Yeah. So pretty simple definition, pretty oh my goodness, cannot talk today. Pretty clear cut. And that's basically what it is. You know, you get away from your normal daily activities. Like, that's just facts. And then just for, some facts here, vacations, they lead to less stress. They also lead to better outlooks on life. And it says that people are more likely to achieve their goals after taking a vacation. So I would say so, because like once you take a vacation, you take your break time, you feel relieved. Like you just like, yeah, like great, I feel better. You know what I mean? And like my last vacation, because I don't take many of them, was when I spent the better of about 11 days in South Carolina. Yeah, that was a vacation. And according to Insider, they say the sweet spot of vacations, like days total for a year, is 13. So I literally almost maxed out the amount of vacation time for a year in a matter of a week and a half. And like when I tell you, by like day 7, day 8, I was done. I was just like, okay, we can go home now. I can go home now. Just look, like I'm living a frugal life, right? And for like those who don't know what that means, it's basically a practice of minimalism, which is like you spend the bare minimum of money and you live off of actually what you need and not so much what, I ain't gonna say that makes you happy, but like you can basically say you don't need it as much. So literally, I tell you, I was keeping track of my expenses and I'm just watching my account and I'm just like, yo, who's this man? Like, who's this guy spending all this money? Like, do I know him? Did I grow up with him? I can't be related to this dude, because ain't no way I spent a whole ticket in a matter of a week and a half. And a ticket basically is a lot of money. So just think about it as a check. But yeah, and the thing is, I definitely enjoyed it, and I will definitely not take that away, because I did quite a bit. Like, never been to South Carolina before then. And what else? Yo, when I tell you, like, Myrtle Beach, they have a lot of the same restaurants and stores. Like, you can't miss a corner without a surf shop or a, what you want to call it? What they call it? Is it Kabash or Wabash? Something like that. It's basically a seafood restaurant. And, I mean, it makes sense. They're right next to the ocean, right? But it's just like, yo, like, the restaurants, buffets, like, you can't miss it. They're all there. There's always a surf shop. There's always a seafood shack. Like, yo, and we went to like 2 or 3 of them, and I tell you, they were all good. And they all got like different prices, like, surprisingly. One's probably better than the other. I think the first one that we went to was probably better. I like that one. I forgot the name of it, but I'm pretty sure it had the same title as the other one. Or is it Calabash? Like, honestly, if you type in one of the words I just said, I'm pretty sure it'll pop up in South Carolina, in Myrtle Beach, because, like, they're all there. But yeah, like, literally, it was great time, great experience. We did this rope course. And I like rope courses because I kind of like when my heart is kind of like in my, like, nah, not, what you want to say, in my butt. Because like that thrill, that feel of fear really gets me moving, gets me going. And I just be like, yo, oh my goodness. Like, literally, like, the ropes be so thin, the boards were so thin. Like, I tell you, it was just insane. We also went go-karting, but that's something common I do. I like driving, so, there was that. We went on the beach. But at that time, it was still pretty chilly. It was like 50, favoring 60, maybe on certain days. So getting in the water wasn't really like the best thing. Like, I like getting in water, but I don't like super cold water, especially if it's not hot, because then there's no balance. Like, I'm basically just getting colder. I might as well just get sick. So there was that. And what else did we do? We went mini golfing, something common. You'll find a bunch of those too. Like, they're, what street is that? Is that Ocean Boulevard? Or I think it's Ocean Boulevard. Like, you'll see a bunch of them on it might not be Ocean Boulevard. It might be it's something highway. But you'll find a bunch of them. I actually, recommend going down there if you've never been down there. but during the right time. Because like we literally went down there right before COVID. So we got to experience some things, but not much because there wasn't that many people down there. And some of the things were either closing early or wasn't letting people in. So we kind of got like the hair experience. So it only made cool for certain things because like we didn't have to wait in the lines. Like the rope course, like we got in, got out in like an hour and a half. Like that was no problem. Go-kart, nobody was there. Got in, got out. Like some of the restaurants we went to, immediately seated. So not too many complaints, for real. But there are some things that we should get into. And honestly, personally, we're going to talk about like do's and don'ts for vacations. So, because like we all do this and we all, be hype about it, but either we forget things or we do things that kind of make the vacation a little awkward, a little weird. So, we're gonna talk about it, like, honestly. So, let's talk about, some do's, right? So, for one, pack hygienic products. Honestly, I don't want to repeat that. I don't want to... Honestly, that shouldn't be an option. Now, sometimes we forget certain things, certain toiletries, Maybe you don't want to bring your best Bath and Body Works, product. Or you don't want to bring your best... whatever. I just thought of Bath and Body Works. I left mine there, and I'm kind of pissed about it because it was my favorite one. But like you might not want to bring your favorite, but you should bring one because like the little soaps and stuff you get in the hotels, it's not suffice. And if you plan on being there more than I would say 3 to 4 days, like those little tubes, they're probably going to run out in a matter of the next shower. So you might want to stay up to top of that. Toothpaste. That should not also be an option. Now, again, you might bring you a travel size, great. Or you might want to pick one up when you get there, great. But for you to deliberately say, oh yeah, I wasn't bringing it because I didn't feel like packing my pack, I got a little issue with you now because like now I feel like you choosing the wrong side. Like you're going against me now. Like I like good health, and you're not choosing good health. Because look, when somebody's talking to you and you feel the heat off of their mouth on the side of your face and it's just like cooking, it's just like, yo, you just either want to throw some gum at them or throw like the Colgate at them. Like there's only one or two options. So like those who literally don't pack toothpaste, I feel offended. Like I feel like you're not taking this serious. So that's something as well. And then like soaps. The hotels usually pack soaps, but I wouldn't recommend it, especially if it's like more than one of y'all, to be honest. Like unless it's like your bae, y'all share a lot of things, so that wouldn't be uncommon. But it's just like, nah. Because like once it's more than just you using the soap, then you're getting it passed around. And if y'all done did a lot of things that are kind of like, extensive, where you gotta move around, you gotta be, you get sweaty and stuff like that, I don't think I want to share soap with everybody. Like, ew. So that's something we're gonna talk about. Another do, take pictures and videos. I cannot stress that enough. You can always photo memory that as much as you want to, but it's not the same. Like when I tell you, like my gallery is, I don't know, maybe 600 total like pictures, photos, and videos, or whatever. But March literally has about 150. So a quarter of my gallery came in the midst of 11 days, and that was the days that we were in South Carolina. And because again, like you can't get those memories back. Like you can always think about them, but like when you got pictures and you got videos, it'd be like, man, we did that. Like, yo, we got into that. Like, yeah. Because like sometimes you don't think about everything. Because like some people have terrible memories. Like you can tell somebody literally something 1 second, and they'll be like, did you hear that? And they'll be like, hear what? And it's just like, but I just told you. And they'll be like, just told me what? And it's like, yo, so you didn't hear nothing that I just said. They'd be like, what do you mean? Like some people have terrible memories. So pictures and videos, they're just awesome, because it's something they can, rekindle a memory. Maybe, because, some people aren't really like them visual, well, I'm going to say them oral rekindles. Because like hearing things, they might not jog their memory, especially if they're not listening to you. And that is a lot of us, where we just like, yeah, I hear you, I'm not really listening, but I'm going to try listening, though I'm not really listening, but I'm going to attempt to. But if you show somebody a picture or a video, then it's just like, yo, yeah, definitely. especially when you got friends that tend to black out from certain actions and they don't know what happened after 11 p.m. and yet they were wide awake or barely awake at 3 a.m. but they have no memory of those 4 hours. So then when you show them, like, hey, look at these videos, like, they're like, yo, who's this? This isn't me. I didn't do that. Yes, it is. You see that? That's your face right there in this picture, right in this video. Yeah, you see that? Yeah, that was you, twirling in the street. That was you. So that's why you should always keep pictures and videos, like memories. You can't get those back. Another thing, do everything to enjoy yourself. Literally. No matter what, like, don't let anyone bug you. That's why, like, when we was in South Carolina, I didn't really answer my phone because some people would just, like, nag, or they didn't want anything, or they'd be asking, like, random questions, like, no, I don't know when this assignment is due. Like, why are you texting me? We're on spring break. Stop texting me. You know what I mean? So it's like, you want to try to only promote, great vibes, great experiences. So you literally want to do everything to enjoy yourself. So you want to maximize your time, maximize your day. Don't get up at 12 and 1 p.m. Like, no, you're cutting your days short. Because then, even though you end up staying up to 2, maybe 3 a.m., the hours kind of play out. But if you think it's 7, 8 hours, like, you should still get up at about 10, no later than 11. So when you're getting up at 12 and 1, you're cutting your vacation short. Like, if you want to sleep, you can just stay home for all that. Or you just go to a cheap motel if you just don't want to sleep in your own bed. So you want to do everything to enjoy yourself. Like, really get out, see some things. Again, take some pictures and some videos. And make sure the people you're with is great. So that is the next part, is take good people. Dude, go on a trip with good people. I hate when, even when somebody tells me, like, yeah, I didn't enjoy my trip because this person was always complaining, this person was always nagging, they weren't happy as much. And that's because of the people they brought on. And I'm like, that, A, was your fault. And B, you know who you're dealing with. So, like, if you know you can only spend X amount of days with them, like, don't try to go further. Because, like, if you know that you can only get 2-3 good days out of them, don't try to spend a 4 or 5 day vacation with somebody. Like, no, it's going to be an issue eventually, because they always got something to say, or got something to complain about, and you're just going to be irritated. You don't want to be that. So do bring good people, because good people bring great vibes. Lastly, mingle. Do mingle. You want to know why? Because 9 times out of 10, you won't see them people ever again. So it's like, it doesn't even matter. And the thing is, if you really enjoyed that person and y'all, click up and you get like their Instagram or their Snapchat, then that's great. That's great. You found somebody. Great. Now you got somebody to talk to. Ain't that amazing? But even if you don't further that communication, again, there's no chance, no likelihood. 9 times out of 10, you probably won't see them again. Like, I met, 2 people down when I was in South Carolina, and, like, they were cool. Of course, it was in a club. We're out just partying. So I had a conversation. I don't understand, like, how people find a way to converse with me in the midst of loud music and dancing. But yeah, literally, like, we were having a conversation. It was kind of funny. I learned that she was from Miami. So I thought it was kind of, I guess it makes sense, though, like, why you would leave Miami, because you live in Miami on spring break to go to Myrtle Beach, I guess. I don't know. I guess when you live in Miami, you get tired of Miami, so you want to go somewhere else. So I found that out. I figured out what school she went to. And yeah, she was cool people. But again, I know I would never talk to her again. So it didn't hurt, to try to communicate with somebody, because it made the night fun. It made the night funny. And the other person, I don't even know how we just start speaking. I don't know. I think she was drunk. But again, funny conversations. Great memories. I don't have that video, though, because that one was kind of funny. And I think my sister took a video of it, but I deleted it for another reason, something like that. But yeah, like, bingo. You never know. Talking to other people can help bring that vibe up. And it could lead to a new friend. Why not? So let's talk about some don'ts. Don'ts. Cannot stress this enough. Do not bring a nagger. Do not bring someone who nags and complains. I guarantee you will have the worst vacation. Just because every 3 or 4 or 5 seconds, like, it's going to be an issue. They're going to say something. And every time you're going to roll your eyes and just be like, why did I even bring this person? Like, Lord told me don't even attempt to text this person and don't invite them. But no, we try to be a good friend. You try to go around it, and guess what? now you just wasted hundreds, thousands of dollars. Not hundreds of thousands, but hundreds or thousands, because now you're unhappy. So you didn't spend days with this person on food, days with this person in a hotel, days with this person at events, and you weren't really happy. Like, you're trying to have a good time. You were trying to make some videos with them, and every time they had like this drag. Don't bring naggers. Also, do not, and I cannot stress this enough as well, do not blow a check and overspend on your budget when you know you can't do it. Because a lot of us try to flex, and guess what? That flex has us, sad face when we get back home. So do not, if you have a set amount, like, okay, I'm only spending $2,000 for this whole trip, don't try to spend $2,300, $2,500 because people are hyping you up. That is how we go broke. Okay, and then all those hours that you put in to make that $2,000, now you gotta put in extra hours to make that other $500,000. Now, there's a lot of factors into that, because there's a lot of investors out here, and we do what we do. But talking about for the normal person, don't overspend trying to make a point, because your point that you're gonna make is that now you're upset because now you're in the hole again. So don't blow a check. Also, do not give away your location when you're there. Because remember, you are in a city, in a state that you are unfamiliar with. So you don't know, A, who's watching you. And some of our followers, we don't even know where our followers are from. Like, I know when I had my account at business, I think 60% or 50% is Cleveland. And then 20% is Philadelphia. And then there's a scatter. You know what I mean? I think the next big city was Atlanta. I've been following a lot of Georgia people. I like Georgia. Hello. But other than that, you don't know where people are, and you don't always know who's watching your story. And if you're tagging your location everywhere you go, somebody might try to come find you. Especially if they had like this type of interest in you and you didn't even know that. So if you're going to tag your location, tag after you leave, or post pictures after you leave. So this way people can't find you in that mix. Also, do not lose your phone. Do not lose your phone. Again, you're in a city, in a state, in a place where you don't know these people. So you don't want to be caught in a situation where you lose your phone and you might have your friends with you, but what if you lose your phone and you're not with your friends? Now people are trying to search for you. Now you got to put a missing person report after 48 hours, so you'll be missing for 48 hours. Yes, you can go to your hotel room, but just thinking about the craziness in the world, it's better to never lose your phone. So that's why I recommend don't get to that point if you're going to drink to the point where you don't know what's going on, or if you do get to that point, make sure you bring zipper pockets. I cannot stress that enough. I tell you, zipper pockets are like a great savior, because when you put the phone in, you zip it, so you can be turned upside down, and guess what? Your phone is still there. So that is a great tip for me. So those are some of the do's and don'ts. But you know what's great?